My dull girlfriend expected us to get engaged even though she acts like a sloth, so I left her. My girlfriend and I met 2 years ago, and a month ago she moved in with me. With us sharing more time than we ever did, she wanted to know when we'd get engaged. After she moved in we talked about it and I told her how I'd like to see her work harder and decrease the amount of procrastination she did. She only had around $100 in her savings and the only reason she had this much was because we'd go out to eat, and she'd try to pay for the meal, and I'd say, hey, I got this, why don't you take the money you were going to spend anyways on this meal and put it in your savings account? I'd like her to have at least a month of expenses saved as well as get a job for consistent money. I thought that this was a fair requirement if she wanted to get engaged. She agreed with me and promised to work harder, but failed days later. I needed to see proof that she was capable of being financially responsible and did have a job because if we were going to use a joint bank account, I needed to trust her. In the 2 years I've known her, I've seen her in many poop situations where she can't afford all of her necessities and gets behind on things. After 5 days of work she quit her job because of how little she was getting paid. I told her to find a different job as soon as possible, even though I wished she hadn't quit her old one. She sits